They're getting a little bit scared of this thing called the future. This thing called the future is so damn scary. We've seen so many movies that are predicting what's going to happen, and now it's happening. It's just happening. And what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's over. It's over. There's nothing we can do. And some people say, nay, nay to that. Nothing we can do? Nothing we can do. There's plenty that we can do. The war has begun. We may lose a couple battles, but the war has begun. And we will win this. And people that are on the opposing sides, they're fucked. They're going down. They basically are with the machines, with the billionaires, with the people that are just wanting this future to happen. We could have stopped it. We could have stopped it. It's not too late. People don't think it's too late, and they are taking it, some say too far, some say too violently, some say too irrationally, some say, what did you do to change anything? Some say these are just crazy lunatic people that are going to find any reason to cling to enact horrible acts of violence and evil. But apparently the future is so scary to people that they wanna send shots, not shots through the internet or anything like that, not random comments or anything like that, not going to any of those extremes. No, actual shots at people's houses because they support this thing called the future. While people are busy arguing about whether AI is going to steal our jobs or just become our digital overlords, the physical reality of the cloud is starting to spark real violence. It turns out that housing the massive server farms required to generate videos of cats in space requires an astronomical amount of land, water, and electricity. And the people living next to these projects are starting to lose their minds. They're starting to lose their fucking minds. They've had enough. Nay, can't do anything. What do you mean? I can't do anything. I can do something. I can do something. In Indianapolis, the situation has moved past standard town hall shouting matches, which is easily the first step. The first step when I'm upset about something is I'm going straight down to town hall. I don't know, this is where things get changed. This is where you get you get signs, you get petitions, you do the thing. You check off boxes. You go down to town hall and you start shouting. You start yelling your beliefs until they're heard. You might preferably get escorted out physically. Preferably there's going to be somebody there that's catching it on camera. Preferably they will be able to either send it to you or put it online, and it's gonna go viral, as the kids say. It's gonna go out there, and that's when everything's gonna change. That's why we go to town hall. That's why we go to town hall and we get in these shouting matches, because this is how you change things. So if that doesn't work, I don't know what the next logical step is going to be. Where are we supposed to go from there? If that doesn't work, if raising my voice at town hall and trying to get things changed down on a city council level, what is going to be a society if this isn't where you enact change? I don't want to live in a world. I don't want to live in a world where you can just get in a shouting match at town hall and it's not enough. It's it's something that obviously something needs to be done about. Like about 13 different times. Something. 13 bullets were recently fired at the home of a city councilor who dared to vote in favor of a new data center. The message left at the scene was simple: no data centers. None. Nay. Nay. I'm putting my foot down. I'm putting my foot down. The the shouting matches weren't enough. the petition, the petition with hundreds of signatures, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough that we've been telling you we don't want this. We don't want it. We don't want it. We don't want it. I know we use the AI that is powered by data centers, but we do not want this shit in our backyard. Have you heard that? You've heard that, right? It's fine, just not in my backyard. It's like, and I know people look at that like it's so irrational, but I don't know. I think it's pretty rational. I think it's pretty rational. It's something that must be. I believe that some people need to be locked up. They need to be taken away from society. I don't think rapists and killers should be let free, We got to have a prison. We got to have a prison. And we're not going to go into the war on drugs, but for the bad ones, right? For the really 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 bad ones that just hurt the innocent. We got to have a prison. But I don't want the prison to be my fucking backyard. There are times when this applies. Am I right? Like I could be for something without wanting it to be right here. I don't know. Maybe it's something that people have just taken too far. Maybe this whole data center war thing has gone a little bit too far. But the message is simple. Nay. No. We don't want it. We don't want it. We don't want the data centers. States like Maine are already moving toward a legislative pause on any data centers that suck up more than 20 megawatts of power. If you need more than that, if you suck up more than that, you can get up to like 19.9. Right on 20, we're already talking. We're already talking about not letting you in. So you can get right up there. We give you a good amount of megawatts, but you start talking about 20.5, 21, 23, anything like that, no. Too many megawatts of power. States like Maine are already moving on this. Maine. Fucking Maine. Maine. If Maine is doing it, I'm going to be real. If Maine is doing it, I know the other states will follow suit. I know, because where else are people gonna go? Maine is the first place that people even think of when they think I'm gonna build a data center. They think, oh my God, I gotta go to fucking Maine. And here they are moving on this already. I think now it's gonna be a domino effect. Everybody else is gonna follow suit. In fact, 9 other states are currently debating statewide bans, while Pennsylvania is reportedly drafting its own. We got other states. I told you, if Maine is already moving, Maine is just the beginning. Maine is the first one. Maine is the one that people follow. Maine. Everybody talks about Maine. There's no world in which somebody forgets the fact that Maine is even a state. There's no world in which somebody kind of throws them in there with like the North and South Dakotas and all of that. There's no world in which people aren't talking constantly about what Maine is doing and thinking about Maine in order to figure out what they have to do on a legislative level. I think Maine is honestly onto something, because 21 megawatts is just too much. I don't know how this shit works. Neither do they. Nobody knows how the fuck this shit works. But if we are going to regulate this, we have to pick a number. In 21, we took a poll. We have petitions. 21 is too much. 21. You could drink at that age. 21. So too many megawatts. We're gonna cut it at 20. And yeah, the other states are gonna follow. It's Maine. It's fucking Maine. People are beginning to notice that these facilities don't just sit there quietly. They create heat islands that can raise temperatures with a 6-mile radius, potentially impacting local health and ecosystems. Put down the Put down the fucking petition. Pick up the fucking donut. Put down the petition. Put down the picket sign or whatever the fuck. Put it down. It's okay. It's okay. Put down the gun. Take back the 13 shots. It's okay. You can pick up a donut. You can eat that shit. Because we have cellular reprogramming. But let's be real. Heat Island, 6 mile radius, raised temperatures. I think Maine could use this. I think Maine might have. They might have jumped the ship too fast. They might have counted the chickens before they hatched. They might have cut off the hand that feeds them. They might have, ate their nose to spite their face. They might have fucked up. And it's Maine. You get a heat island. Think about the fucking tourists. The people that will come in. Look at the sauna industry. Look at that. There's something there. A 6 mile radius. I'm just saying. What else does Maine have going on? What else are you gonna do other than have Heat Island? In fact, that's a good name for it. I think that could be the name. That could be the name that people actually associate. Like I'm gonna go to Heat Island. Actually, I'm gonna get all of the toxins out of my skin. I'm gonna cleanse myself. My body needs this detox. I need to go to Heat Island. It's something I can hear people talking about. Have you been to Maine? No, it's Maine. I know that my state listens to Maine. They think about Maine immediately when thinking about anything. But other than that, no. What's in Maine? You look great. I've been really trying hard not to tell everybody about this. I've been trying hard not to be that vegan that's constantly talking about their diet, or that person that goes to yoga and is constantly telling other people they need to go. I have been trying not to tell people about this, but I just can't hold it in. And you deserve it. You deserve to go to Heat Island. Heat Island, you say. In Maine. We have Heat Island. It's a little bit crazy. I'll tell you that much. Some people say that it's a luxury that we shouldn't have, but I, for one, think that you will love it. It's a great detox. What is it? I don't know exactly how it all works. It's something about over 20 megawatts of power. I don't know. I just know that 20 was not enough to get Heat Island like we wanted. We needed to amp it up, but we reached the number, something like that, of megawattage or something. And I'm telling you, Heat Island it's to die for. It's not Maine. I'll tell you that much. It doesn't feel like Maine. It feels amazing. Potentially impacting local health and ecosystems. Impacting. What does that mean? Potentially impacting. Because we raise the temperature. We're going to impact. You're going to have to take off your fucking coat. That's the impact. You're going to have to detox. You're going to have to get all of those toxins out. And this is actually perfect for you, because I think you've just been in a negative, toxic type of mood recently. And this is going to clean you out. You need to go to Health Island. Heat Island. I'm sorry. Health Island. That's how healthy it is. That's what we call it down at HI. Everybody, we just say hi, because I'm going to go get high. And nothing to do with drugs. I'm just going to go to Heat Island. So if you haven't been, I suggest you go. We just started ever since we hit 30 megawatts. The irony is that as we demand more processing power for everything from banking to binge watching, the actual infrastructure needed to provide it is becoming a public enemy. We want the convenience of the future, but nobody wants to live next to the humming or water gulping monolith that provides it. It's a classic case of wanting the sausage but being horrified by the factory. You you know you want this shit. You want all of what comes with the future. You just don't want to hear the bullshit that comes with it. You want to eat that sausage, you fat fuck, but you don't want to see how the sausage gets made. You don't want to see how the pigs get treated. You don't want to see. And it's okay. It's okay that you want to stay asleep, that you want to stay just a sheep walking around, too scared to be an observer of what's going on. This is the future that we're talking about. This factory is a massive concrete block that strains the local electric grid until the lights flicker in the neighboring zip code. It's a small price that we have to pay for Heat Island. I think ultimately at this point, if you don't do it, you're going to be the neighborhood with flickering lights. You know, so if Maine doesn't do it, who else? We're going to let somebody else do it, and then now we got the flickering lights. If Maine doesn't do it, because if we do it collectively, maybe it will be like a statewide thing. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait to see what Maine does, because there's no playbook for this. There's nothing this is the playbook. Watch Maine. Is watch what Maine does. And as the demand for AI grows, so does the desperation of local governments to land these job creators, even as residents treat them like nuclear waste dumps. We are witnessing the first physical skirmishes in the war between our digital addictions and our desire to have a quiet neighborhood with a stable power bill. I know the $532 electric bill is unexpected, to say the least. It's not what you were hoping for, to say the least. I think that it's not something to complain about. Like I said, prices will be paid. And don't think you're alone. Your neighbors are paying the same thing. This is spread out. This isn't going all to you. And I know some that doesn't really make you feel better to hear that your neighbors and your community is struggling just like you, and they're, the person that makes half as much as you is probably struggling even more, and they have more kids, and they have to put food on the table. I know you're worried about these things. You don't have to. You don't have to. This is spread out. I know you wanted a stable power bill, but you have ChatGPT, so do with that as you will. Some people are actually able to adapt, make their life a little bit more efficient. Do that. Some people might get swept behind, left behind, forgotten. A lot of them, most of them, basically everybody. But you could be one of the few that isn't. And isn't that what life is all about? You take a chance. You take a fucking chance sometimes. You take a breath and you jump in. You just gotta take the chance. You gotta take the leap of faith. And maybe you will fly. Maybe you fall. Maybe you hurt yourself in the fall, and you break something. And honestly, it's likely most people will be falling. But you might not. You might fly. Do you believe? Do you work hard? It's one of those things we can't really predict. We can't really say which way it's supposed to go. Which way we could just tell you where it is going. We could just tell you the direction in which our species is headed. It doesn't matter. It's sink or swim. It's pretty simple. If you ever thought that this was different, if you thought that life was not sink or swim, if you thought that this wasn't survival of the fittest, you have been sleeping. You have been keeping your eyes closed, probably on purpose, probably because you are scared. You're scared. You wish it wasn't so. You wish this wasn't how life was, but it is. And the weak will die off, and the strong will prevail. 13 fucking shots. No data centers. What's that going to do, man? What is it going to do? How are we going to stop this? It's not going to be by shooting up random houses of city council members. They're just going to move. They're just going to move. Fuck Maine. Fuck Indianapolis. Fuck Pennsylvania. Fuck any of these places. What do you think that it matters? They will move to a different country if they have to. They will make this shit happen. They are planning to go to space. It works out better anyways. We have to use all this damn water to cool it down here. Actually, what are we even talking about? Why are we worried about the earth of it all? We could just go up there. Fuck the rules. We don't have to worry about that. I mean, why not? And if anything shall happen, we do have cellular reprogramming to lean back on. And just in case you were scared that you were going to be one of the people that's left behind, one of the people that are just drones, one of the people that are just a part of the mass, a part of the majority that is just going with the flow, that is just falling in line. If you are worried about being one of the people that is just going to be swept under this crazy thing called the future, this crazy thing called AI, or whatever you want to put a label on and call it. If you're scared, it's probably because it's going to happen. It's going to be most people. So just accept it. Just accept it. Accept it. Relax. Relax. Go to Maine. Go to Heat Island. Get a detox. Put all this behind you. It doesn't fucking matter. Just go to Maine.